Hello and welcome to this training on what's new in 줌텍스트 11. My name is Derek Bovey and I'm an accessibility subject matter expert here at VFO. I'll be your guide as we walk you through some of these brand new features in 줌텍스트 11. There's a number of new features in the latest version of 줌텍스트. This includes a modern and redesigned 줌텍스트 toolbar, a new set of command keys to make using 줌텍스트 on a daily basis even easier, a new zoom to 1x command, geometric smoothing, which lets your documents and applications look better than ever, especially with PDF documents, a consolidated app reader tool that makes it easy to switch between reading modes on the fly, a unified finder, which combines both the Finder and Web Finder tools in previous versions of 줌텍스트 into one tool, our new Smart Invert feature, which lets images retain their original colors when you're using a color filter in Internet Explorer, and lastly, we've improved the interoperability between 줌텍스트 and JAWS. That's just a quick highlight of some of the things that we're going to go over in this session. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to launch 줌텍스트 by double-clicking on its icon, but you can also use the hotkey to start the program, which is Control-Alt-Shift-Z.
줌텍스트 enabled.
Once the program starts, you're going to hear 줌텍스트 announce that it's now currently enabled. And the first thing you're going to notice, for those of you that are veterans of 줌텍스트, is the new and improved toolbar. It's a much more modern looking interface, and really one of the key benefits of this new toolbar is that it's fully keyboard accessible. So now I can use my tab key or the arrow keys to walk through any of the menu items that I see on the toolbar.
Window. Open the Zoom Windows dialog box. Color.
And if I'm on an enhancement like the color enhancement, I can use the down arrow key to expand that menu.
Color. Normal checked.
It's completely keyboard accessible, whether you're using the arrow keys or the tab key, and the toolbar itself is still constructed in the same way that you're used to. There's three tabs across the top, the magnifier, reader, and tools tabs, which you can get to at any time by holding down the control key and pressing tab.
Voice.
And now that I've done that, it switches me over to the the reader tab on the toolbar with the voice button highlighted. Similarly to Microsoft Office products, the Files menu system has kind of a ribbon toolbar feel to it. So if you hit the Alt key,
Reader.
you're going to notice that next to the tabs and on the 줌텍스트 file menu are keyboard keys superimposed over the top. So if I hit any of these keys, for example, if I hit the Z key, that's going to open the 줌텍스트 file menu for me directly.
줌tekst. Disable 줌tekst.
And you'll see that all of these menu items also have accelerator keys for them as well, superimposed on top. So the look and feel of this, much more modern, completely keyboard accessible, and a really streamlined approach to our product and product families. So that's going to be a theme that you're going to see throughout, is we're trying to simplify and really make the product a lot easier to use. So first thing you're going to see when you launch the program right off the bat is going to be that brand new modern toolbar. Now, another thing that we've done with 줌텍스트 11 is we have a new set of command keys or hotkeys to let you interact with 줌tek스트 and make changes in the program. Now, I know what you're thinking, having to relearn a whole new hotkey set might seem a bit imposing at first, but really what we've done this time around is just going to make things so much easier for you. No longer do you really have to remember a lot of 3 to 4 key hotkeys. It's really, really simple, and primarily you're going to be interacting with the caps lock key to make your changes. So let's go through some of the more basic ones to start, and they're very intuitive. If you want to change your magnification level, one of the most common things you're going to do in 줌tek스트 right off the bat. Well, first of all, you could just click on the up and down arrow keys here if you are a mouse user, but via the keyboard, and you're going to see something here that's also another new feature of the toolbar. If you hover your mouse over one of the buttons on the toolbar, there's a tooltip pop-up that explains to you what the feature does and also its hotkey. So it's kind of giving you a sneak peek of what we're going to be going over here in a second. So to change the magnification level via the keyboard, remember that one key to keep in mind is the caps lock key. Hold down your caps lock key and then simply tap the up or down arrow keys.
2.25, 2.5, 2.25, 2.
All right, so very simply, to change your magnification level, caps lock up or down arrow. One of the new features in 줌텍스트 11 is the zoom to 1x command. And what this allows you to do is bring your magnification level all the way down to 1x or no magnification instantly while keeping your screen enhancements like your color, pointer, cursor, and focus enhancements turned on, as well as any speech-related features in 줌tekst. And you can do this at any time by either clicking on the where it says zoom level on the toolbar, or hold down the caps lock key and press the enter key. This will zoom you in and out. So if I hold down the caps lock key and hit enter, you see I return to the magnification level that I was at previously. If I press it again, I'm zoomed all the way out. But notice that my pointer enhancement is still turned on. I can see that red focus enhancement highlighting the toolbar button. And if I hit the tab key,
Window.
you'll hear that 줌tekst is still currently speaking.
Zoom level 1.
So caps lock enter is going to do that for you almost instantly. So new command in 줌tekst, really helpful for those times where you may need to back out your magnification to see where a toolbar is or a button is in an application, or maybe you've got a sighted coworker that just stopped over and needs to see the screen unmagnified. Caps lock enter is going to do that for you. So let's go over some of the other hotkeys for 줌tek스트 11, some of the things that have changed. I just showed you how to zoom out to 1x. Let's say you want to disable 줌tekst entirely. That's going to be done by holding down the caps lock and the control keys and then pressing the enter key. Now, similarly, we have no magnification, but now I have no enhancement on my pointer, and also we have no speech in 줌tekst. The toolbar itself is actually grayed out now as well. So when you're ready to turn 줌tekst back on, hold down the caps lock and control keys and then hit enter.
줌tekst enabled.
And you can hear that 줌tekst announces that it's now enabled. So those are some of the common hotkeys on manipulating some of 줌tekst's settings. Now let's go over the enhancements, some of the screen enhancements that we have listed here.
Color.
So for the color enhancement, we can easily toggle this on and off simply by holding down the caps lock key and pressing C.
Color enhancements enabled.
So again, if I press that hotkey one more time, it's going to turn it off.
Color enhancements disabled.
Now, all of the hotkeys in 줌tek스트 11 are mnemonic now. So caps lock C for color, your pointer enhancement is going to be caps lock P.
Pointer enhancements disabled. Pointer enhancements enabled.
Cursor, well, we already used C, so this one is actually caps lock R. And the only time you're going to see this show up is when you're in an edit field. So if I open the run command, you'll see that that cursor enhancement is visible. If I hit that hotkey, which is caps lock R,
Cursor enhancements disabled.
you'll hear that it's disabled. Those blue wedges disappear. If I hit it again, caps lock R,
Cursor enhancements enabled.
you hear that it's now enabled. Lastly, we have the focus enhancement, and this is currently turned on. It's that red box that's highlighting around the open dialog here. So that hotkey is caps lock F.
Focus enhancements disabled.
Notice I press the hotkey, it now is gone. If I hit it again,
Focus enhancements enabled.
you'll see that now it reappears. Okay? So almost all of your hotkeys in 줌tek스트 11 are going to start with caps lock something. So most of those magnifier hotkeys, they're going to be caps lock plus something, or in some cases it's caps lock control something. And one of those other hotkeys that's caps control is displaying the 줌tek스트 user interface. So if I minimize 줌tek스트 right now, okay, the toolbar is not visible. Let's say I'm in another application. I could be on the web, or maybe I'm Maybe I'm in a document. So maybe I'm on the web, I'm on the ZoomText website, and I want to bring up the toolbar. You can do that at any time by holding down Control and Caps Lock, and then pressing U.
ZoomText 11 Magnify Reader, Cursor.
And now the toolbar will appear. So those are some of the hotkeys, some of the magnification hotkeys in ZoomText. Let's look at some of the reader hotkeys. And I'm going to switch over to that tab by just pressing Control Tab on the keyboard.